So hello to everyone. Today we are going to start with CATIA's next lecture. We are going through surfacing series and till now we have gone through two lectures in which we have seen certain commands like this complete toolbar, that is surface toolbar. We have also seen some commands from the operations toolbar. We have seen join command there. And in join command we have seen how to make fillets on the corners of the surface part. So after seeing all these commands, we are going to proceed with the further commands that are healing, trim, untrim, and some more commands of operations toolbar. So to start with, we'll again start with join command only. For that, we are going to make some surfaces here. Say sketch to the front plane, and we are going to make one sketch here. I'll make one line, single line. We'll exit the workbench and then say extrude command to this line. I'll say this length as 50 mm. Say mirror extend on both the sides and say OK. Next, we are going to say extrude again. Select this edge and provide the direction for the edge. I'll say Z direction, but in the bottom side, so I'll say limit 1 as 0. We can see one more surface has been added in. Next, we are going to go for the third extrude with the bottom side edge. Select this edge, provide the direction, we'll say Y direction this time. I want the horizontal surface here. Say OK. Now there are total 3 surfaces and 2 corners. We want fillets on these corners. So for that we need to change the interface here. Go to start option. Here we are going to select shape and select the option generative shape design. It is kind of surfacing interface only. And here we have this toolbar. So in same operations toolbar, you will get this additional command bar that is for fillet. So in fillet, we are going to select edge fillet. On edge fillet, if I go for this corners, we can see here, these corners are showing that they cannot be selected. It is because the surface is not connected here. It is not a single surface so that we can provide fillet. So here comes the condition. For providing the fillet, we need a complete joint surface, then only we can go for corners fillet. So first I'll make this surfaces join. For that we are going to use the first command of the operations toolbar, that is join. Select all the 3 surfaces to be joined. Here you will get 2 different conditions such as check tangency. If I go for this option, check tangency, and here if I select these 3 surfaces here again, say preview, it will show an error as there is no tangency being given here. So other command is check connexity. We'll continue on this command only. Say preview, and we can see now it is showing as this complete 3 surfaces are being joined. Say OK and finish. In model tree, expand the model tree, you can see all the 3 surfaces are being joined together. Now we'll go for the fillet command again, edge fillet, and you will select these edges here. Now they are selectable. Just provide the value you require for the radius. On the other side also, say preview, say OK and finish. So here we have the complete joint surface. Just hide these sketches here. Now after joining the surface, we'll make some more extrude here. I'll say this edge to be extruded, and the direction for the edge we are going to take Z direction. We'll provide the dimension for this as 50 mm. So say preview and OK. So we have one surface been added here. Now if I want the thickness to be added on the surface, then you just need to go on start button, say mechanical design and part design. So for thickness there is toolbar known as surface thickness. Just select the option that is thick surface and select the surfaces on which you want to add the thickness. So we are going to select the surface here. Now you can see only joint surface can be selected for adding the thickness. This surface we have not joined, so it is not been selected here. If I try to select, then here only thickness will be added to the single surface, not to the joint one. So at a time we cannot select both the surfaces to add the thickness. So from that we can understand that if you want to join the surface, you should select all the complete surfaces and then go for the thick surface. We cannot keep individual surfaces aside and then join together. So again select the thick surface, select the surface to be added thickness and provide the thickness here. Say 11 mm, say preview and OK. So here we can add the thicknesses on the surfaces so as to make them part molding part. But condition is all the surfaces must be joined. After that, we'll undo it and delete this thick surface. We'll change the interface to surfacing. say mechanical design and wireframe surface design. So after changing the interface, we are going to go for the next command, that is healing. We'll make new part here, say part. We'll give the name of the command only for this part, HEALING, healing. Say OK. Now this healing command is used to join the surfaces which are having very intricate gaps in between them and which are to be connected tangentially at that surfaces only. So for understanding this command, we'll make one example. We'll make two different extrudes here. Select the front plane, say sketch, and go for the spline command. Next, exit workbench and go for extrude command. Say this as 40 mm on mirror sides, means both sides. Say preview and OK. We'll select the same plane for the next sketch now. First sketch we have extruded it. We are going to go for second sketch. Now I'll try to make it in a same path so as they can become tangent surfaces. So for that, again select this spline here and we'll try to make the alignment same as of the first surface. We'll try to make them tangent only. Now we have made the second sketch also for the tangency. Now here we will assume one gap distance. So for that, provide the dimension between this point and this sketch point. I'll take this distance as 0.7 mm. We know the distance also now. Now I'll go for extrusion of the second sketch also. Make it surface by using extrude command. And here we'll take the same size of it, that is for 40 mm. Say preview and OK. So now we can see here in between these two surfaces there is gap of 0.7 mm. We'll go for heal command now. Select the healing command. Select both these surfaces. Say as continuity as tangent and provide the merging distance as 0.7 mm. And here we can see both the surfaces are now being made tangent here. We can go for point selection also. I'll undo it. And now again go for healing command. This time we'll see the condition as continuity of point. Select the surfaces here and provide the merging distance as 0.7. Even then we can see both of them are connected together. We'll hide these sketches here. So healing command will work in this condition, that if two surfaces are to be joined having minor gaps and they are not offset from each other, they are almost tangent to each other, then only we can go for this healing command. If both of the surfaces were made offset from each other and then if we are going to try healing, then it will not work there. I'll undo it, and suppose if I try to go for that kind of surface having offset distance, suppose if I delete this distance and make this surface little bit offset, then exit sketch, and if I go for extrude again, say OK, and if I try healing now having some gap, I'll say 3 mm, they are not going to be connected together. It is because the offset surfaces will not work with the healing command. The surfaces which are in alignments, that can work for heal command so as to join them together by healing the small gaps. So this was heal command. Next command we are going to go for untrim command. Before that we need to understand trim and split command. Then we will see this command, that is untrim command. So again, now for trimming I will make one part here. We'll give the command name only, trim and split. So the next command is trim and split. We'll make one extrude here. Select the front plane, say sketch, select one line, go for extrude, say exit workbench and say extrude again. Mirror extend, say OK. Hide the sketch here. We'll make offset of this surface. For that we'll select the offset command. Select the surface to be offset. Make the offset of 50 mm. Now I'll go for one more extrude. Select the face and say sketch. We are going to make one circle here. Say exit sketch. Go for extrude command now. Select the sketch. Limit 2 we are going to say 0. And we'll increase the limit 1 value. Say I'll say 60 here. Say preview. Now we have this extrude bit made crossing both the surfaces here, intersecting both the surfaces. Say OK. You can see here This extrude has been made. We'll hide this sketch. And now we are going to select the command, that is split command. So in split command we need to show two different types of surfaces. That is, the first surface is going to be element to be cut. So I need to cut this surface here, and the cutting element which we are going to use as cutting tool, that will be this cylinder. So here we can see one hole has been made here. If I try to change on the other side, make it other side, then the external surface will be gone and the internal circular surface will remain here. Again, if I say other side, so you can see the difference. The in between intersected surface has been removed. Say OK and finish. After taking this extrude, we are going to select this split command. So in split command, we need to show two types of elements, that is elements to be cut, in which we are going to select both the surfaces here. I'll click on this icon for the second surface. We'll add the second surface. Now it is showing two elements, and cutting element we are going to take this cylinder here. Now we can see complete removal of material from both the flat surfaces, and this cylinder is acting as a cutting tool. If I wish to go on other side, means the surface which has been cut here will remain and the other side surface will be gone. Say other side, and you can see the flat surface has been removed and only surface which is intersected with the cylinder from the internal side will remain. So by this other side we can change the directions. Say OK and finish. Now if I want to hide this cylinder, we can hide this cylinder here. Say hide, and we can see both the surfaces are now having holes here. Similar is the trim command. Only difference is we cannot hide the objects after trimming. In split command we can hide the remaining objects. In trim command, if you use trim command, then you cannot hide the remaining objects. It is because trim commands merges the remaining objects. I'll go for trim command here. So we'll make one more sketch. Select the surface. Select the circle command again. Say exit workbench and say extrude in Z direction only with the similar length of 60 mm at the downside. Say OK and finish. Go for trim command now. Instead of split we are going to use trim. Now in trim command we don't need to select the surfaces as cutting element or elements to be cut. You can directly select the surfaces on which you want the trim to be work. So I'm going to select all the three surfaces here, and we can see here these two flat faces are cut internally on the bottom side also. But if I say OK and if I try to hide this one as we have done in split command, this will hide complete object. It is because after trimming whatever remains will be connected together as a single body. So if I try to hide this cylinder, this will hide the faces also. So here we cannot hide any object. But if I go for trimming option again, and if I go for other sides to be trimmed, then we can see here there are many more possible conditions of trimming. Here the upper surface as well as the cylinder is gone, and only the lower flat surface and the remaining cylinder is been shown. If I go for other side previous element, then only this surface will remain and the flat surface of the second side also will be gone. If I try to make change on the other side next element now, the upper surface will be shown with the hole and the cylinder, and the lower surface is gone. So here there are more possibilities of trimming, but the remaining surface you cannot hide it here. Now if I change the cylindrical height, suppose if I go for this extrude command again, double click it here, and instead of 60 if I go for 40 mm only, now it is not intersecting the second surface. Say OK and finish. Say update. If the object is appearing in red color, means you need to say update. Control U is the shortcut key for update. Say delete. Now again we are going to go for trim command. In selection we are going to select both the elements, flat surface and cylinder. Here we can see the material is been removed internally from the flat surface and cylinder is also been shown. But if I go for other side, the flat surface is gone. But if I click on the bottom side option, that is other side for previous element, then the cylinder is also been gone. So there will be no need for hiding the cylinder. You can trim both the elements, that is this flat surface also internally as well as the cylinder which was used as a cutting tool. Both the things can be trimmed. So it is better to use trim command only when two objects are to be trimmed together. but in split command we can go for multiple surfaces to trim, as there is a provision that we can hide the cutting too. So this is the main difference here. Say OK and finish. Now the next command after trim and split we are going to see here is boundary and extract. So to start with boundary, we'll select the command, and the propagation type it is showing here as point continuity. So as soon as I select this surface here, we can see this is showing the individual surface and this surface is individual. So I'm going to select this surface, and here one boundary has been created. If I want to include this surface also as a boundary, so I need to join them together first. So I'll cancel it first and then go for join command, select both the surfaces and then say OK. Now if I go for boundary again and go for the type as point continuity, this complete boundary has been selected. And we can see here this sketch has been extracted from the edges as a boundary. I'll double click on boundary and we'll select this as limit 1 left side and this as limit 2. So only this boundary is being shown now. We'll flip the limit directions. I'll say cancel. Again go for boundary, double click here to edit the feature, and limit 1 this time we are going to take on the left side and this is limit 2. So now this is showing as the boundary here, starting from this point and ending at this point. Say OK and finish. So except this edge, everything, the outline is being mentioned here as a boundary. We'll make one fillet, say 10 mm. But we can see here, as the boundary was applied before making this fillet edges will not be counted in boundary. So again I'll delete this boundary here and repeat the boundary command after making this fillet. Say boundary, select point continuity. If I go for complete boundary also, it will show complete boundary, or else if I go for boundary command again and select the point continuity also, it will take the complete boundary. But if I go for this option here in boundary, if I say tangent continuity, then it will continue only till the tangent edges. Now this edge is not tangent with this continuity of edges, that's why this is not selected here. Again if I cancel and go for the command, say no propagation, if I select this line, only this particular line will be selected as a boundary, no tangency will be continued or no complete point propagation will be continued here. Say OK, only single line will come. So these are the different types. Complete boundary and point continuity means selecting complete boundaries here. Tangency means selecting only tangent boundaries, and no propagation means selecting only one entity that has been clicked here. Say OK and finish. So I'll delete this one. Go for boundary again. Select point continuity. Select the surface. Limit 1 say left side and limit 2 this side. Say OK. Now I'll make one profile here at this end. So for that we have this toolbar, that is wireframe toolbar, in which we can use this line command. This is a 3D line command. Select this option, go for point and direction option here in subtypes. Select the first point as this reference point and the direction we are going to take here as Z direction. So I'll say right click and Z direction. So instead of going at the upper side, we'll reverse it. Now I'll go for the sweep command. We have profile as well as the boundary. Select the sweep command. This command we have seen in earlier lectures. Just follow the playlist if you want to see this command. Go for reference surface option. Select the profile here as this line, and the guide curve will select here as this boundary and say preview. Say close. Now one boundary is made, you can see complete boundary is being swept here with this line of 5 mm. We have excluded this edge as limit 1 and limit 2. That's why this boundary is not coming along this edge. But except that edge, all the edges of this part are being covered with the sweep. So in this way you can use the boundary command here. If you want to highlight this sweep command, we are going to apply the appearance. Say right click and go for properties. And here in graphics we can apply any appearance here. So I'm going to say, now you can see the sweep properly. We'll hide these sketches, and here one sweep is being made by using boundary command. So in this way we can use this boundary command to generate boundaries around the part. Next command we are going to see here is extract. For that first we are going to delete the sweep command. Next We'll make one more extrude here. So for extrude, I'm going to select the edge directly, and here the direction we are going to take here as Y direction. Reverse and say OK. We'll go for join command again. Say OK. Now the command extract is used for extracting multiple surfaces from a single surface. For that, select the command. Here no propagation. If I select this, only one surface will be selected. If I go for point propagation or point continuity, it will select all the surface to extract. If I go for tangent continuity, then it will show there is discontinuity in this tangency. I'll select this one. I'll right click and say clear selection and select this one. So here it is showing the tangent surface are being taken, but where there is no continuity of tangency, it will show this sign here, making it showing that the remaining surface is not in tangency. Say cancel. And lastly, again extract, go for curvature continuity. Next we are going to go for curvature continuity, in which you can select the curvatures here. You just need to click on this icon for continuous selection of the curvature. So similar as boundary only, this is curvature command, where you can extract the curvature only. We can see here. So we'll select one of this. I'm going to select extract only and go for this option, that is point continuity. Say OK. Now one surface has been extracted. Now if I hide this joint which was made earlier, even then one surface is being showing as extracted one. As soon as you hide the joint, the other features which were included in joint will also be hidden. But you can see still the surface is being shown. This is because this is extracted surfaces from the first surface. Means this is the copy of that earlier surface. I'll delete this one, say OK, and show this joint one. Again go for extract, say tangent continuity. So now only the surfaces which were tangent are being extracted. If I hide this join command, you will see the difference. Only the surfaces which were tangent are being shown now. We'll delete this extract 2 again. Say OK. Again show the join command. We'll repeat the extract. We'll go for the next type in extract. Select no propagation. And when you select no propagation means only individual surface will be extracted here. They will not continue with the tangency or point propagation. Say OK. Now only this mid surface has been extracted. So here if I hide this join, you can see the extracted surface, only that inclined surface is being shown now this time. So these are the different types of extracts. We'll again delete this extract 3 and show the join command. So these were the different types of extracts. We have one more option, that is multiple extract. Now it is similar to extract command only, but in this we can select multiple extracts at one time only. If I deselect this one, say right click and remove. Now in multiple extract only this bottom side surfaces are being selected. If I hide this join, you will see the difference. This is multiple extract. Multiple surfaces can be selected at one time only. Now this can be done in single extract also. Suppose if I go for this option extract only and no propagation, and if I go for this single surface, only difference is I need to click on this icon and then show the surfaces. So now it will be similar to multiple extract only. Just you need to hide this join. We'll delete all the extracts here and show the join command again. Translate command. So in translate command, you need to select the surface you want to translate. Then select the direction. So I'm going to select Z direction here. And you need to show the distance so as to translate or move the surface. You will have the option, that is hide or show the initial element. So this was the initial element. If I click on this icon, show hide the initial element, then the original will be hidden and this copy is being shown. But if I double click on it and say show hide initial element also, then both the surfaces will be shown. Say OK and finish. So we can say here, this translate command will work as move and copy command for the surfaces. So these were the commands today we were going to see. We'll continue with the further commands in the upcoming lectures. Follow the playlist for learning CATIA surfacing. Like, share and subscribe the channel. For offline or online courses, you can contact us. The number will be given in the link below. We also provide placements in CATIA. If you want to go for BIW domain also, we can provide the placements here. Do contact if you need. Till then, thank you.